Alrighty, looks like we've got Seaside and Plunder today. Very nautical. Oh, also Adventures. Inherited and Seaway. Inherited is on Royal Carriage. So we got Draw, Haunted Woods, kinda Sea Chart, kinda First Mate, Actions, Harbor Village, Coin of the Realm, Royal Carriage, potentially First Mate. First Mate playing more than one card from your hand is effectively a village. Trashing does not exist. That's a bit of a bummer. And then gains, just duplicate, but yeah, we have Seaway. So Seaway can turn any of these cheap cards into plus buy, and that should be plenty. So the big limitation here, well, firstly, you can't trash, which means the deck's going to be awkward no matter what you do. But then there's also Frigate, which is just a nasty, nasty card. The best draw here for sure is Haunted Woods, except that if your opponent plays a Frigate, which you cannot block, like you have 3 Haunted Woods in play, you have 14 cards starting hand, then you play a cantrip, and then you immediately have to discard 10 cards. So I think the goal of the game is just to play a Frigate every turn, and then your opponent has to be sad. Which also means probably you have to draw with First Mate instead of Haunted Woods, where like you draw up to 6, you discard down to 4, you play some actions for money, you play another First Mate, drop to 6, discard down to 4, and the cycle repeats anew. That's not going to be a strong deck, not at all, because the action-based payload here is kind of mediocre. Frigate is 3 coins, stays out of play every other turn. Cut Purse is 2 coins. Harbor Village maybe is a coin if you play it in the right spot. But I think you have to do that, just because the First Mate deck, you have to build some sort of engine that can play Frigate every turn. And if your opponent's playing Frigate every turn, I think the First Mate deck is the only one that doesn't totally die to the opponent's frigates. So that's where we're headed. 4 is surely Cut Purse. The 5s look important, and Cut Purse hits 5 and stops your opponent from hitting 5. I think the 3 is probably Warehouse. Silver is not going to be great in a deck where you're drawing to X and discarding your treasures. Royal Carrot is a funny inherited card because it does absolutely nothing for you the first shuffle. This would be sad if not for the Trusty Royal Carriage, actually, which means, yeah, I'm actually even more confident in the Warehouse 7 here, because finding Warehouse turn 3 gets you a 100% guarantee of hitting 5 with a Royal Carriage down. First Mate now? Probably. In some order, I need a pair of frigates, I need the Seaway, probably Harbor Village is the best target for Seaway, and then I need First Mates. There's no point. Well, there's no point in calling it here. It does hit the bot with an attack, but I don't think that's enough of a point to do it. And probably need plus buy soonish. Yeah, I think this game's going to take a while to get online. The bot doesn't really have any draw yet, so I don't think I need to get Frigate at the moment. Take more First Mate. I want to discard the coppers first, and then the estates, because this estate is now missing the shuffle. Whereas if I discarded the estate first and then the coppers would be missing the shuffle. 2 estates on top. Or no, 1 estate on top. I only have 2 estates in my entire deck. But I'll draw all that. So yeah, bottom cards are estate copper. I currently have 6 money. I will have 7. Calling Royal Carriage gets me to 9. 9 sounds better than 7 to me, so I think that's worth doing. Take 1 more village. Frigate now. And the bot only has a 3-card hand. The Frigate still doesn't look like it's doing that much. Maybe just 1 more Royal Carriage then. The bot must have had some very poor hands over there. Does it even have... I don't think it's hit 5 yet, right? I have both first mates. It has a royal carriage that it started with, but I have other royal carriage. Doesn't have frigate or 100 woods. Yeah, I think the bot has not hit 5 yet this game. Its best hands must have collided awkwardly with my cut purses. Ooh. Whoops, easy. I think I'm just going to pitch this one because I draw back up anyway. There. Alright, the bot didn't get totally decimated by royal or by cut purse this time. I could call this to hit double 5s, or I could leave a carriage on the mat and do like a 5 and a 3. I have 2 warehouses. Be like frigate warehouse or frigate first mate. I think I like frigate first mate better. I'm glad I didn't get cut purse attacked here, because the card I want right now is 3rd plus buy. I could get by with just the 1 copy if I called royal carriage on it. But I'd rather have more in the deck. Well, I gotta discard Harbor Village here anyway, because if I call carriage, maybe exactly at the end of the shuffle, and playing that Harbor Village would trigger a shuffle of just 5 junk cards on top and guarantee that I did. I have a 9. 11 does not sound better than 9 to me, I don't think. Ooh. Well, at least get to draw 2 cards. Harbor Village plus royal carriage. Hopefully that goes somewhere. Here I probably want to start adding more first mates and warehouses just to make sure the deck is reliable as possible. Or as can be for this sort of deck with no thinning. Yeah, so there's a dud. Let's go ahead and add one of these. Bot still has not... Okay. I've noticed the problem. I thought the bot was just getting really unlucky with its shuffles, and maybe there's some truth to that. But the bot has 5 duplicates. 5? Duplicate is... like, it's not a card you want it early, because it's a card, it's a terminal do nothing the turn you play it. Which means it's really, really bad at getting you to 5. Once you've got a functional deck and are hitting 5 anyway, you can add duplicate, and then it's a decent amount of gains. I could see getting duplicate here, but not that early, not 5 of them. Yeah, the bot is digging its own grave over there pretty fast. Mate, was that the wrong order? So if I call warehouse, pitch 3 cards, I have 3 cards left on the deck. I think this all works out just fine. Yeah, there we go. Need more plus buy, looks like. So it does not feel like province time yet. Bot, what are you doing over there? Feeling kind of bad for him. Alright, so I'm going to have 5 buys, which seems like enough buys, right? I was wondering whether I need to call a royal carriage on a harbor village. I think the answer is no. 5 should be plenty. Am I? Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? What have I done? I did something bad. I did something really bad. So in my head, I was like, I'm playing 1 frigate every single turn. But then I had the dud turn where I played 0 frigates. And then on the next turn, I guess I played both frigates without realizing it, which is not a problem. But if I recognize that, the correct answer is buy another frigate so I have one on my deck for the following turn. And I didn't notice. And so now I have managed to fail to attack the bot, which is probably not going to cost me because the bot over here has a 2-card hand and 5 duplicates. But in theory, it's a big mistake that I should have been more aware of. Yeah, that's on me. Warehouse. I could take a duplicate now. It's an okay card for my deck. I'm sorry, Hardbot, what are you doing? I don't think this C-chart duplicate deck is a real thing. I built this entire deck around the idea that Hardbot was going to at least click frigate at some point in this game. Had I known Hardbot was just going to flounder around doing nothing, I could have built the Haunted Woods deck. What did it open with duplicate? I noticed it doesn't even have a cut purse. Man, Hardbot is doing some wild stuff over there. I'm also kind of annoyed at how many good cards that are not first mate that I've been finding. I don't have to discard all of that. Okay, this is probably going somewhere. I want to draw back around to the cut purse because it's the best target for the royal carriages. Frigate, calling carriage on frigate makes me more money, but then the carriages get stuck out of play. Maybe I do that anyway. I'll do 2 of those. Whereas carriage on cut purse only makes 2 money, but the carriages don't get stuck aside. I'm just concerned I might not find said cut purse. This is probably enough first mates for me to be okay with triggering this shuffle. Yeah, there we go. It all worked out in the end. Okay. Probably want another one of these. One of these. I need another frigate and a harbor village and a duplicate. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have so many carriages to work with this turn. And I doubt I'll have a win this turn, but probably next turn. Hardbot's deck still does a whole heck of a lot of nothing. Is it just going to take like all of the duchies? Well, that's probably the best it can do at this point. But like, it can't pile and take the duchies. If it takes 6 duchies, it'll have a points lead for a bit, but then the deck is just broken forever and going nowhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, am I gonna dud? Please say no. Looks like I'm gonna be fine. Warehouse should probably be enough to save this turn. Well, I want to play the cut purse after the harbor village, but then I can't play royal carriage on the cut purse. So I could discard warehouse, play first mate, and draw 2 coppers and have 6 in hand. I could discard first mate, play warehouse, discard 3 coppers and have 4 in hand. I'm basically top decking 1 copper to have an extra 2 money, which I think is probably okay. A warehouse and a harbor village and a first mate. This looks like a risky little load of piles until you realize what Hardbot's deck looks like and what its hand looks like. A state C chart is not a deck that's likely to go very far, or not a starting hand rather, that's likely to go very far. All right. Hardbot still has not hit 5 this game. Let's just grab one of these. Oh, I see. I was confused what it was, why I wasn't drawing, and it's because I had a second warehouse that it wanted me to play, but I didn't want to play that. Or maybe if I'm trying to win this turn, well, I can't undo because I saw that the bot has a copper, but I should be calling these on the frigate actually, because if I don't care about next turn, that's gonna be more money this turn. Or maybe I need to call this here for more buys. This should be enough to win, right? What are we piling? Duplicates and harbor villages, some provinces. Okay, yeah. Not really sure what happened here. Hardbot struggling a little bit. I think something along these lines is correct. If you try to play with Haunted Woods, you just get decimated by frigates. I think this is the deck that's most likely to be able to play frigates consistently. Just some mix of these cards will go places. Did it really open with Duplicate? It did. Yeah, this is... I would recommend against opening with Duplicate. Like, you can imagine the high roll where you play Duplicate turn 3, you hit 5 turn 4, and you get like 2 copies of a $5 card. In practice, Duplicate is much more likely to lead to you just not hitting 5 at all, which we saw here. I think Cut Purse is clearly the correct opening on 4.